Now what if you want to show something to the user more than once? You can do that by using echo statement like I have wrote 6 statements of echo showing the counting. Now let's move to our browser, refreshing the page of forloops.php file. Now I have counting of 1 to 6. So in term of short version, you can use simple echo statement. But what if you have 6,000 statements to show to the user instead of just 6 statement? You cannot accomplish that with echo statement. You need something else, and that's the time when you have to use for loops. So for loops are very handy when it comes to show something to the user over and over until your desire meets. You can show 1,000 or maybe 1 lakh numbers to the user by using just 2 statements of PHP. One is for loop and other one is for using echo statement. So loops are very handy when you want to show user large amount of data using just couple of statements. So in this lecture we are going to learn about for loops. Now removing these echo statements from here. Now first, for using for loop we need some initial value. First you have to write for keyword, then the parenthesis for loop, and inside this we are going to add 3 things. First one is initial step, second one is condition, and third one is our increment. So in this case I'm going to add one initial step in which I'm gonna define one variable of I, and for now initial value will be 1, then semicolon, and after that I have to define condition up to what number my for loop work. So first I made I is equal to 1. Now I have to define condition, means the ending value where our loop is going to be end. So I want to show first 10 numbers, that's why I'm giving it condition O loop run from 1 to 10. Then I have to do increment so that after every single step our value should add 1 in itself. Now be careful with the semicolon right here. Now in the curly braces of for loop you can add any kind of statement that you want to show to the user as many as time you want. So I'm gonna write echo 1 string is printing on screen, and here I'm gonna use the value of I which I define on this loop. So our user will be able to see 10 times is printing on screen, and with every time he is going to see counting from 1 to 10. Let's see it in browser now. Now let's save this and see it in browser now. For loops.php file. See, now we have 1 is printing on screen and it's from 1 to 10. So we just write one echo statement, and by using for loops we can print as many as statements as we want. So if you add 1,000 here, then your for loop is going to work for 1,000 times. See? And if you add some condition like here, like if I is equal to 1 and I is greater than and equal to 0, then our loop will be limitless, means it will going to run for infinite time. So you should have this thinking in your mind while designing your for loop that it should be within limits. Otherwise, browsers will be able to show user infinite time echo statement. So if I refresh this page, then you will see that browser is keep spinning and my laptop processor is working very hard because the value that we are printing is infinite. See, 8,000, 11,000, then we have 29,000. So you should be careful while defining your condition. Now you can play and work with for loop as you want. So now let's create table of 2 by using for loop. So first we need to define one number for which we want to get the table. So I defined this number of n and I'm gonna give it value of 2. And now let's define our for loop here. So we need one more variable that will be iterative variable that's gonna help us to define loop. So in this case, if I is equal to 1 and I less than is equal to 10 and I plus plus, so that our loop will be iterative for 10 times. Then inside here I'm gonna define one more variable of result, and let's call our table function, and in this case we have to multiply our number of 2 with our I so that we can have the table on our screen. So let's multiply it with our loop. Now in the echo statement, first I'm gonna show user this number, then by using concatenation inside string I'm gonna show our static to the user, then I'm gonna concatenate it with our I, this loop I. So first time it will be 1, then second time it will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 and 10. Then I'm gonna concatenate it with our string equal sign. Then we have to concatenate it with our variable of result and br tag at the end. See, by using this simple formula, I'm gonna print table of 2 on our browser. So let's add one hr tag here. Now refreshing the page. See, now we have our table from 2 to 20. So if I want to run our table up to 20, then I just have to increase the condition value to 20, saving this one out. See, now we have our table up to 20. So you can increase it or decrease it or change the value to have the desired result of your will.